Just when you thought you hadn't seen or heard any more of Curtis Arnold, the TikTok ghoul, in the Nicola Bulley case and also on YouTube, it seems that he hasn't learned anything from previous lessons. Hi there, and thank you to everybody for joining me back at the channel at Just Gone Viral. If you're new here, we like to cover crime and news, give analysis, and also bring you information that sometimes the mainstream media won't always tell you. And with that being said, let's jump straight into the video. Before I go any further in the video though, I will make this point quite clear. I have never met Curtis Arnold, nor spoke to him. I do not intend to speak to him, and I hope that I don't ever meet him. And stay tuned to the end to find out the new conviction added to the shopping list of Curtis Arnold's. Many of you might be familiar with the YouTube channel Curtis Media. It was set up a few years ago, literally a few days before the Nicola Bulley case. Curtis Arnold, who runs Curtis Media, was the one who was on TV and across TikTok for famously recording the body of Nicola Bulley being dragged from the river. He was stopped and questioned by police while at the scene, who also disclosed some vital information in the background of Curtis Arnold. Curtis Arnold, who now goes by the name of DJE Media, which will all be disclosed and revealed later on in the video as to why this might have been done. But for the moment, we will take a look at Curtis Arnold's background, and we put DJE Media under the magnifying glass. Curtis Arnold, aka Curtis Media, aka DJE Media, aka Daniel James Edwards' recent conviction is far from isolated. Over recent years he has received multiple judgments for burglary, fraud, arson and driving offences, one of which include jumping a red light and then attempting to shift the blame onto his poor grandmother, the woman that he said he supposedly lived with.
West Mercia Police are very interested in why you're actually in this area, okay? And they've reminded us that you've got a sexual harm prevention.
Yeah.
They've got a sexual harm prevention.
Yeah.
Frequently seen donning the alias DJE Media, Curtis Arnold claims that the rebrand was aimed at auditing institutions while obscuring his past and face. But critics argue that the name change was more strategic in a bid to shelter himself from backlash generated over the Nicola Bulley case and the filming of the body that came out the river, as well as his list of criminal convictions that include an SPHO. Curtis Arnold's criminal past starts at just a very young tender age of 19. This was when he was convicted along with Daniel Hill for starting a fire. Then in his early 20s he was convicted for driving, as well as other driving offences later on in life, one he tried to pin on his poor grandmother. And then there comes the concerns of the Sexual Prevention Harm Order and how it was obtained. This, we can only imagine, was due to the fact that Curtis Arnold tried to trick young women into gym pictures. The transition for Curtis Arnold from barber to TikTok ghoul grabbed the national attention during the Nicola Bulley case in 2023. Deploying a TikTok detective-style content, he trespassed on cornered-off areas and filmed the scene where Nicola Bulley's body was later discovered, earning him himself the unflattering label of TikTok ghoul in the national media. He was arrested on suspicion of malicious communications and perverting the course of justice. But Curtis Arnold recently of May 2025 has two new convictions to add to his list. These are making images inside a prison and also recordings inside a prison using a drone. In his audacious defence online, Curtis Arnold refused to acknowledge that the prison grounds had by extension a police station perimeter, which were off limits for filming. During his most recent offence at HMP Spring Hill, he continued to record in defiance of posted no recording signs, falsely maintaining the law says there is no recording inside the prisons. The grounds don't count. One piece of advice would be, if you're going to do auditing and filming, at least know the law first. Many legal observers and online commentators have accused Curtis Arnold of leveraging distressing and illicit situations to fuel his online profile. From public buildings to police scenes, he specialised in pushing boundaries, alarming victims and bystanders, all to drive views and engagement. Recent commentary on local blogs harshly condemn his behaviour. One stated, "Who films the police recovering a body hiding behind a fence? It's absolutely disgusting." While another person said, "Places he visits, he pesters women for their phone numbers, a sick pervert." So why the name change? Well, Curtis Arnold switched to DJE Media in an apparent abbreviation of his alias name. Daniel James Edwards. It appears timed to coincide with these controversies. However, unlike a polished brand, the change hasn't shaded him or shielded him from the spotlight, but rather critics say it is merely a calculated tactic to veil his history while continuing his pattern of exploitative content. It has to be said that when people out there go creating a page on Facebook just to expose you and your crimes, things have to be pretty bad. Then there's the mention of DJE Media on Companies House. Now whether this belonged to Curtis Arnold or not still raises suspicion and eyebrows. After all, this was in a different name with regards to the initials DJE, and also this company dissolved in October 2024, last year, while DJE Media continues on YouTube. And if you are to be unlucky to be filmed by Curtis Arnold, and you don't like what he films, or he maybe pushes the boundaries too far and you report him, just remember, he might print your name on the internet and dox you, and also threaten you if you do continue with your complaint. Knowing what we know about Curtis Arnold, or DJE Media, it would be suffice to say that when he approaches properties and buildings, I would be quite fearful as well, considering I know what I know about his previous convictions. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you know anybody who has encountered DJE Media? And if so, what was their experience? And do you think that Curtis Arnold should have just stuck to crime investigations, rather than going around provoking the police? I actually gave Curtis Arnold some advice just over 2.5 years ago in a comment on one of his videos, where I stated if he went around antagonising and annoying the police, there's only going to be one side that wins. Clearly he didn't listen. I just hope he does in the future. Smash the subscribe button if you haven't already, and smash the like button too. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you in the next video.